Hi everyone, it's Raina. So this video is if you have your sun in Pisces and your moon in Aries. Whoa, what a combination. We're talking about water and fire. And the one thing that water and fire have in common is that they are both emotional. The water signs like Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer are feminine signs, and therefore there is this personal quality. It's an interior quality to the emotions. So it's really, and this is kind of front and center since this is your sun sign. The fire signs are more about having this cause, like, really believing in animal rights or your spiritual beliefs or political beliefs and getting passionate about that. So it's more about passion and the idea of something than it is about, oh, when I was little, this happened to me, and then having that kind of emotional navigation through life. And the interesting thing about that is that the water signs, if they're actually dealing with somebody who is a fire sign, they may be sometimes a little bit taken aback and feeling like that fire sign person is insensitive to them and doesn't really show sympathy. They're kind of like too aggressive and things like that. And I know because I have a sun in Sagittarius. And so if I'm dealing with somebody who is a water sign, or even if it's not their sun sign, maybe they have their moon in water or what have you, I know that that kind of thing is probably in their mind, that they're thinking, oh, this person is very insensitive, because there's like these are adjacent signs. So if you're dealing with somebody else with that sign, there's going to be a hard time understanding how the other one behaves or their motivations. Now you have this within yourself. So when you have something like that, then there's like that part of you that can feel that the way that you react to things is a lot different than who you are. And what I mean by that is that Pisces is a very sensitive sign in every way that you can describe it. Not just because it's a water sign, because I certainly would not say the same thing about Scorpio. I don't think Scorpios are as sensitive as Pisces or Cancers. I think that of all the water signs, that Pisces is the most sensitive, meaning that it's not just about being sensitive towards yourself, but towards others. And so I think that you're a very compassionate sign. Sometimes you're more compassionate towards others than you are towards yourself, which that might be something to work on so that you honor yourself more, and don't allow other people to kind of run roughshod over you with their demands, their whatever's going on in their life. But in general, I think that because you have an empathic nature, that you really understand people and that you're able to meet them where they are. But you have this emotional nature, which the moon represents, that is very volatile, that can be quite hot-tempered. And what I mean, that's what I mean by volatile, where it can just erupt, And of course, you have to look at other situations within your aspects. For instance, if you have the moon square Mars, which would mean if your moon is in Aries, that you have like Mars in Capricorn, or even Mars in Cancer, but I don't know if that's possible. I think it is possible that you could have Mars. Yeah, I think that's yeah. I think you can have you can have Mars in Cancer. It's 120 degrees apart, so that's like 4 signs away. I think it's possible because these are inner planets, and usually they're fairly close to the sun. But sometimes Mars can kind of go away when it's retrograding and be slower. But anyway, in that type of a case, that could enhance the volatility because it's a hard angle like a square. I mean, it has to be within a certain degree span for that to be the case, but still it could be. And so you may be kind of like an atypical type of Pisces person in that regard, because the sun is going to be showing a lot of your outer personality characteristics and also what kind of things that you may gravitate towards doing, you know, like for instance, career matters. With Pisces, this can be in the healing arts arena and that sort of thing. And you may find that you are very, that you fit in very well with that kind of giving, that, for instance, being a nurse or something like that, which takes a lot of dedication to be a good one. And of course, there are other things that you may enjoy doing. But the bottom line is that for some people, these kinds of careers are not necessarily going to suit you, because if you have Mars in Aries, you may crave more excitement. You may want something more dangerous. I suppose if it was something along the lines of, if you were like in the medical field and you were a paramedic or something where you're dealing with a lot of accidents and life and death situations, that might be very appealing to you. But in general, there may be this kind of a clash between your emotional nature craving that kind of edgy career and your sun sign being very sensitive and also very psychic, and maybe enjoying anything where you can nurture people, whether it is as a nurse or perhaps with children, like either daycare or teaching early childhood. That might be appealing to you. But this could also be the combination of the artist, for sure, because all fire signs have that innate creativity, and so do water signs. So that's another thing that they have in common. You can channel some of those emotions into works of art, and that can also include performing. Whether it's as in the theater, or if you are a musician, those kinds of things can come natural to you. And in terms of relationships, you may find, and this is, again, you'll have to look at where's your Venus, where's your Mars. If you have it in Aries, for instance, or if you have it in Aquarius, that's the other side of things. But that's, if you have it in Aquarius, it's not going to be fiery, it's going to be more detached. But still, it's a masculine sign like Aries is. So on either side of you, you could have these inner planets, and it could make you attracted to people who are fire signs or air signs. And if that's the case, that may or may not be the right type of person for you. Because again, we have to look at the whole package to see exactly what the person is going to respond best to. And it's possible that you have your Venus in Pisces and you have your Mars in Aquarius. And that could, be kind of a split decision. But again, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of having the moon in Aries. The one thing that you have to watch out for with the moon in Aries is that you don't find yourself attracted to drama. Now, with the sun in Pisces, you may find yourself attracted to a person who is like a fire sign, but maybe is a narcissist. Maybe this person is very, I was going to say attention getting or domineering. And because you have that side to yourself where you are very independent and also very much passionate about life, you may find yourself drawn to such a person who has their own temper, and then you're both going at it, and you're not, and you think that this is a great thing because it's never a dull moment, but it's kind of on the negative side. So you don't want to normalize a relationship that is filled with a lot of arguing and that sort of thing. If you find that you have attracted that kind of person into your reality, realize that that is not a healthy relationship. Even though you may think that that makes things more exciting. Like I always say, don't confuse drama with passion. They're two entirely different things. Drama is draining, and passion actually sustains you and inspires you. I think that if you find somebody who lights your fire, thinking of that Aries, and who maybe is creative like you are, who likes to have fun, because I think that this is a combination. Aries is a big kid at heart, and so you probably like going to the amusement parks and going on the roller coasters. Aries is a daredevil, and especially if you have Mars in Aquarius or Mars in Aries, where you just like to do things that kind of are dangerous, or maybe they're not, it's like a calculated risk, but it makes it feel very exciting, going really fast and things like that. Then, you need that kind of a person that you can do things with, not a couch potato. So make sure that you choose wisely, and you can have somebody that you can have a lively relationship. It's not that the moon in Aries is all bad. The moon in Aries can be very stimulating to other people. It can be a lot of fun. But in some cases, if the person has maybe some unresolved trauma or, related issues, they can be very emotionally volatile because somebody pushes their button, and because they have not resolved that situation, that pain, they just go off. And the fact that somebody, about having a button, I mean, we all have our vulnerable parts that somebody, if they say something that triggers that, it can feel very threatening. But not everybody is volatile emotionally, so they're not going to just lose it if somebody offends them, and sometimes it can be just even perceiving that they have been offended. So if you recognize that aspect within yourself, that would be something to really explore. And if you feel that whether it's with a therapist or an energy healer, somebody that can read your energy, I mean, I think that that's also possible. But if you've had like serious consequences for this before, then definitely don't neglect to explore that, because that can make it hard to sustain a relationship. People tend to shy away from those that they consider emotionally volatile just because it's very unpleasant, And especially since you are probably a very gentle soul, this can be these things that come up at, certain times. And it's very unsettling to other people because they don't see you like that. So definitely, see if that's something that is within you and vow to heal that. But I do think that this can be a very lively combination. And anyway, I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.